Hello, my name is Lawrence Tam, and just wanted to touch base with you real quick. And I was doing some heavy thinking, and I was in the shower, and that's generally when I do my heavy thinking because that's when the kids aren't going crazy, and the wife isn't asking me to do things. I'm not at work, and not talking to my team or anything. So I'm thinking, I'm like, what really affects my business? What really helps me in my bottom line, right? And well, number one is I'm wearing my I love MLSP shirt. It's a great program, great training tool, and what they taught me was it's the whole, the whole storyline being when the gold rush went to California and was looking for gold, all these people were looking for gold. Who were the people who made the most money? Who were the majority of the people who actually made a good profit? These are the people who were selling the picks and the shovels, people who were selling tools to help people find what they were looking for, right? And Lead System Pro, MLSP, they're actually helping people find what they're looking for. And so I was brainstorming. I was like, well, what else can I help people with in terms of tools to help them further their business? Now, MLSP, My Lead System Pro, helps them in actually generating leads, learning internet marketing, learning attraction marketing, learning how to do all the capture pages and all that. Is there anything else that I could possibly share with people that I personally use myself? I am a physical user of, and I'm going to show you on the next screen. Hey, Lawrence Tam back. I wanted to switch to my desktop and show you some of the things that I'm doing. So the two things that I really learned over the past 2 years was a funded proposal, being able to market something that people can use, which allows you to get some marketing funds, right? I mean, I'm actually using other people's money. And better explanation is I'm using affiliate incomes, commissions to stay in business versus using my engineering wages to physically further my business. I'm using another stream of income to keep me in business, to find leaders, to build a foundation, to sell more product, to build my brand, to build my blog up, to build my web presence. All this is built on being able to sell tools and services to people that can help them. Help them. Not help me, help them. If I can't help them, I'm not going to stay in business long. And I've been in business for 2 years. I'm one of the top leaders in My Lead System Pro, and I'm actually one of the top leaders in this system called MyPhoneRoom. Now, here's a cool thing I wanted to show you. So, My Lead System Pro has done wonders for me. And it got me in the mindset of what tools that people would need and what tools would I need. Well, one of the tools I needed, since I'm a mechanical engineer, I work full time, I have 2 little kiddos, a 4 and 6. My wife is she's actually retired, and I want to spend as much time with them. I only have a small window to physically do my calling and my leads, right? And so I kind of broke it down like this. So I go to work, and then I get off of work. I come home, which then entails playing with kids, time with wife, dinner, other activities like PTA, charity events, church, after school activities like soccer. We're doing soccer, swimming, and tennis. So we're doing all these things, right? And once the kids go to bed, time to market. That was my day. And so from that time usually is around, if I'm lucky, 7 p.m. Central. So my time, 7 p.m., that's when I start marketing. And I market to maybe 10 to 12, depending, whenever, right? But here's the problem. I am in Central Standard Time. You are not allowed to call people in their own time zone after 9 o'clock. Okay? So by the time I started calling, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, that is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I had 1 hour to reach them. But, with the way I was calling, I wasn't like filtering all of my East Coast first. And what happened was I had a 1 hour window to call people in the eastern side, and they're 1 hour ahead of me. And it just got to a point where I couldn't keep up. So my leads So what happens was my leads were having some issues. So number one is leads. You call, you have these type of response. Not all of them like this, but these type of responses. Voicemail, wrong number, international number, not here, call back, because I mean they're not a voicemail, they're asking to take a message. Not here, call back. So not here, call back. And my favorite is call again, which is fine. But a lot of times all we do is we give one call. I mean, everyone says the money's in the follow-up. Well, if the money's in the follow-up, I didn't have enough time to follow up. How do I have enough time to call people I called 10 days ago? How do I call them again? So once you get to a level of actually buying leads, generating your own leads, wherever you're getting your leads, you're building good connections, you're going to come to this issue. You're going to get to a point where are you really able to tell if a lead is a person or just data? It's just numbers, right? And the only way to figure that out is that you have to physically talk to them. You got to talk to them. And a lot of times I'll call someone like 6 times and they're not there, and I'll just scratch my head. I was like, I really want to talk to this person, but they don't want to answer their phone. I know it's a real person, but they don't want to answer their phone. Do you just leave a message, just let it be? Well, then you're leaving money on the table. So one of the tools I was using was MyPhoneRoom. They call people 8 times, right? And they connect them to Facebook for me. And if I get a qualified lead, they'll send them a package. And, it's just they do so many things for me, right? They screen for me. I give them a customized script. If MyPhoneRoom is something you want to do, by all means, I'll show you some of the things that I'm doing. Use my link. I'll give you my custom script. I'll work with you to build your business. Not my best interest, your best interest in being able to build your business. This is the tool that I use. And today's little video, I wanted to emphasize this is a funded proposal, which means my Lead System Pro pays me by helping me share tools with people so I can build connections with them, show them what I'm the real deal, I'm a real person, not just a faceless marketer on the internet. Same thing with MyPhoneRoom. They will pay you to connect with people and share with them the things that you use. Well, I use MyPhoneRoom, all right? I've been using it for a year. I've been actually marketing it the last 3 months. I think November of 2010. Today, what is April 5th or something like that? I can't remember. It's April, okay? So a couple months, say 4 or 5 months, I've been marketing this, and I wanted to show you they actually have 3 payout levels, and at the time, I know they just released a platinum, which is a higher payout. I'm just looking at executive, so I was watching this YouTube video, and some other guy was in MyPhoneRoom. He was showing his affiliate income, and it didn't even cross my mind to check what I've made, right? I mean, I know I did it for taxes, I did total and all that. But it's just interesting to see what you've made, right? And proof is in the pudding. And this guy, he made like $2,000, and I'm like, I've got to make more than $2,000. I think right now, currently, I wouldn't say all time, but I would say within the last 3 months, I'm probably the #1 recruiter for MyPhoneRoom. Just for the fact that a lot of people come to my blog, come to my writings, come to my websites, asking for help. What tools they recommend. I go, well, if you're struggling with leads, I would say My Lead System Pro. But if you're okay with buying leads, or you can generate your own leads, even if you generated 5 leads a day, you can use this. The reason being, those 5 leads need to be called multiple times. They need to be closed. They need to be followed up with, and they need to be sent things. They need to be connected with. Multiple exposures. If you get like 7 exposures to a person, you're going to be able to increase your closing, right? No matter what you're selling. I don't care what you're selling. So, with no further ado, this is just one program I sell within MyPhoneRoom, and here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. I wanted to emphasize this. 95% of all closures in MyPhoneRoom executives was done by their staff. By them. Someone at MyPhoneRoom did the closing for me. All I had was a website that shared some reviews. I talked about my experience like I am doing now, and just sharing my experience, some of the things that I'm doing with MyPhoneRoom. and they use my link. And I tell people, hey, I'll work with you. I'll definitely work with you, but you got to use my link. And to double check you have my link, when you talk to the sales associate, you tell them you're associated with Lawrence Tam. They know me by name, of course. But the cool thing was, it was 95%. 95% of all closures, sales into MyPhoneRoom at the executive level, was done by their staff. It wasn't me. I think I might have processed one. It might have been, let's say 99. Because I don't remember processing one off the bat. Actually, I don't even think I have. Most of the time was because there was a credit card issue. I had to process it. But they did the selling. The customer was sold. So what did I make? I mean, this is 3-4 months. So I paid $1,500. I've upgraded twice, so I paid more than $1,500 actually, because I was the guy who was like, "Can I afford this?" I mean, I came out at the pro level. I should have came out at the executive level and saved some money. So check this out. Yeah, I made 16 grand just from one of their programs, right? Manual placement, manual processing payments, alert pay, and my merchant account. I use LinkPoint, and I mean, just think about this. I mean, what could another 16 grand in your funded proposal help you do? Buy more leads, outsource, leverage your time, reinvest back into your business, buy a new laptop like I did. I bought a new MacBook Pro, and during tax season, these are all business expenses. The income comes in, but I'm spending it back out. I mean, one of the main things was Timothy Ferriss's 4-hour work week. You have to look, how do you want to run your business? Do you want to run it or do you want to own it? I want to own my business. I don't want to run it so much. I mean, I definitely want to work with sharp marketers, but do I really want to run it? I just want to own it. I just want to make the money. I want to be the guy who sits in a chair and everyone complains he does nothing. Well, yeah, because I own the business, right? So this type of money, what can that do for your business? I'm not saying take it home and buy a car. I'm saying take this home and invest it to other things that will help you with education, help you with leverage, help you with outsourcing, help you do JVs and do launches. This is not to show anything in terms of, it was easy. No, I mean, I worked at it. I mean, I've been marketing for 2 years. I decided to finally market this for about 3-4 months. And it's just amazing. The reason being, they convert like crazy. Now, I'm not saying make this your primary business, because this is a tool. Your primary business is a primary business, right? My primary business is Numis Network, right? I have another one that's top tier that I'm running with a buddy of mine in Malaysia, right? And we're running through this as a tool, as a call center, as a virtual assistant, as someone who can screen my calls, as someone who can mail packages out for me, someone who can do social networking for me. Someone who can follow up with my autoresponder, do closings, book to appointments, so many different things. And I just wanted to show you the possibility of being able to get paid even if they didn't even join Numis Network. See, a lot of people in this who paid me never joined Numis Network, or probably was in some gold and silver business, or just didn't even want it. They're in real estate or something, whatever it was, right? One guy was like in trucking. Okay, he needed it for trucking because he was driving all the time. He wanted to build his business, but didn't have time. Well, this afforded him time. This was his time. He can make more money, but he could not make more time. So definitely, I would say, I'm going to give you a link at the bottom of this. Go in, become a lead, test the system out. Let them call you and see what they can do for you. All right? What would it hurt, right? There's no other service that I know that does this. Okay? After you've called all your leads for many, many months, you're going to realize it's really not that you're not that good. It's that you don't have enough time. You want to not talk to data, which are just numbers. You want to talk to people who are hot. Once you start doing this, the business isn't so taxing. You'll be able to build a business faster. So my name's Lawrence Tam.